Guess what? A new bike was just launched. And the brand's history has proven to make some of the best bang for buck bikes in the market. Under this blanket is a bike that's just different. And I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why I feel this bike goes against the grain. Love it or hate it, this bike's gonna trigger a lot of people. Some of you will see the incredible innovation, engineering, and value this bike offers. And some of you will just hate on this bike. You're gonna leave nasty comments below, stick to your old ways, and just get left in the dust. It constantly blows my mind how few people know about this bike, let alone this brand. Especially where I live up here in Vancouver, Canada, arguably one of the best places to ride mountain bikes. If you feel any different, let me know in the comments. I've never seen anybody ride one, but that's all about to change. You guys wanna see it? Cue the B-roll. Who am I talking to? I do everything around here. I guess I'll push play too. So, as promised, here are the 5 things about this bike that I know will trigger a lot of you out there. Now, trigger will come in 2 forms. Some of you will get triggered to hate, and some of you will get triggered for the better. Probably fall in love, and maybe finally buy one. So number 1, it's only available in one color, matte brown. Not bronze, not copper, poop brown. I thought only Santa Cruz had the balls to make a poop brown bike for Danny and Jackson to ride. But this is no Santa Cruz. And after riding it for a while, honestly, the brown's starting to grow on me. After all, when bikes get muddy, they all end up this color anyways. It's just natural. Number 2, in a sea of fancy carbon bikes that cost well over 10K, this bike pushes back with a frame made out of, wait for it, aluminum. Frankly, I feel like carbon bikes are just getting out of hand. Some brands even make 2 levels of carbon, so they can charge thousands more for the fancy carbon that weighs micrograms less. I'm not gonna name any brands out there, but it might rhyme with Betty. Personally, I love alloy frames. They're strong, compliant, and heavy. I mean, stable. They're tested and proven to be reliable. So how about you guys? Have you or would you spend thousands of dollars more to get the same bike but in carbon? And if so, why? Let me know in the comments below. I have a really hard time justifying the value proposition of carbon these days. I mean, if you really wanted to shave a pound or 2, just eat a salad once in a while. Am I right? Number 3 is the rear suspension design. It seems to me these days that all rear suspension designs kind of look the same. I mean, come on. You gotta be able to see the resemblance between this frame and this frame. And these 2 frames, they're the same. So if it's not this and it's not that, you're probably thinking I'm gonna tell you that it's some sort of revolutionary high pivot design because those are super popular these days. Well, almost. Let me explain. It's called the independent floating suspension. And the way it works is by isolating the rear triangle from the rest of the bike. And that creates many positives when it comes to the way your suspension feels and acts on the trail. The first benefit is that it's super supple off the top, giving you buttery smooth small bump compliance. The best analogy I can think of is mechanical advantage. If you're familiar with the way a pulley system works, the more pulleys you have and the more changes in direction, the easier it is to move a load. For example, this 4-to-1 system makes pulling a 100-pound load feel like 25 pounds because of the pulleys working together. So all these pivots and changes of direction work together to lower the friction when it comes to your rear suspension tracking the ground. Second is the direction that the first few inches of suspension travel move. That plays a crucial part in how efficient the bike pedals. By moving backwards first, the rear suspension does 2 things. When pedaling, it gives you fantastic anti-squat. And when descending, it really smooths out all of the square edge hits like rocks and roots. The suspension just gets out of the way. I'm trying my best to explain it here, but it's really something you have to feel for yourself. It feels totally different. Finally, the progressive leverage curve gives the rider a supportive mid-stroke to make the bike playful and responsive. It's also naturally progressive, so it's perfectly suited to run a coil shock, if that's what you're after. Number 4, this bike does the pedaling for you. If you love lift access bike parks or jump at the opportunity to do shuttles because you've come to terms with the fact that you love riding your bike downhill way more than uphill, then this bike's right up your alley. That's right, it's your very own e-powered chairlift. Now, I know I'm gonna lose half the viewers right here and there, but before you leave, do me a favor. Write down in the comments why you're so against e-bikes and why you'll never ride one. The rest of you can just come up with your best purist e-bike joke. I'll read out my favorites in the next video. The sleek Shimano display and remote is all you see up front. The removable 630 watt-hour battery is perfectly hidden in the down tube. And in my opinion, it's the perfect size for long days without being too heavy for no reason. All of that gets connected to the brand new Shimano EP801 motor with 85 Newton meters of torque and Shimano Di2 automatic shifting compatibility. Number 5 is the incredible value this bike offers. It's got a build kit that punches well above its weight. I mean, check it out. Here's what you get. Up front, you get a 160mm travel Fox 38, super stiff, super smooth fork. I love it. And in the back, you also get 160mm of travel, but that's handled by the Fox Float X2. And on top of that, you get a full Shimano XT build, full Shimano XT drivetrain, and 4-piston Shimano XT brakes. These things are awesome. My medium here comes with a 150mm dropper post. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done and they're super reliable. All the contact points are Entity branded and the 29-inch wheels are wrapped in Schwalbe Magic Marys with downhill casings and super soft rubber. So an Enduro EMTB with 160mm of travel front and back and a build kit like this, you're probably thinking it's got a price tag of $7,000 to $8,000, right? Nope. It retails for only $49.99. And right now, it's on sale for $44.99. That's crazy value for what you get. But that means jack shit if it's not fun to ride, right? So if you want to see the way this Collosus e-bike handles the gnarly trails I've got here in Vancouver, click on this right here. Subscribe to the channel because that video is coming. And in the meantime, this video here is me riding in the Whistler Bike Park on the analog version of the Collosus. Hope to see you there.